Hello, and welcome back to another Scent Notes video. Once again, I am Sean Maher, and I am talking about a scent I am creating this time versus one that is actually out already. The scent is called Velouria. It's for Maher Olfactive, and I said this a little bit back where I was going to take you inside the creation process and kind of update you on the progress. I made a video a few weeks ago, and I don't know, I deleted it. I don't know what happened to it. I have no idea what happened, so I'm going to try it again, take two. And I think this is actually kind of an opportune moment because I can go through all four of the initial different directions and then kind of show you how it's evolved and where I'm taking it now into the future and kind of the direction I've honed in on. So I think maybe this will be a more informative overall. So I started off with, when I was making this, Velouria, the song by the Pixies, has big, thick, distorted, crunchy guitars, big heavy riffs, but like this angelic vocals on the top of it, and this smooth glissando like theremin, kind of almost like a Surfer Beach Boys type sound to it. So it's kind of this great juxtaposition. The Pixies were always so good at juxtaposition. And I think like whether it was dynamics or something like this with lyrics that are talking about the Lemuria race, that this mythical creatures, and a love song between the singer and this mythical creature. So it's this whole it's got this like ethereal quality throughout. And so I wanted to make a synth that had that kind of crunchiness of the distorted, thick, fuzzy guitars and the sweet, smooth, like angelic vocals that kind of go on top of it. So I initially made the first blend was violet and vetiver and musk, along with some other things, but those were the highlights. And I made it, and it was a great juxtaposition, again, because the violet, it's this candied violet that really goes over the top of this, like the vetiver, which is like really super textured, like those guitars feel. And then some musk that leans more animalic, just like the lemurs are, an animal, obviously. Even though this is more anthropomorphic, is it anthropomorphic, humanized? I don't know what to go. Regardless, that is. So I wanted to do something that was kind of all represented all those facets of it. And so I think this turned out really well, but it needed to be built up more. So I wanted to go through a few different directions and of how to fill it out. This first one, I added some bergamot and some different, and some more brightness to the violet accord to try to make it more, bright, kind of citrusy, something that was more maybe like a traditional citrus vetiver juxtaposition and then combined with violet. And it was good, but it just didn't really hit what I was trying to do with it. So I moved on and I made the next one. It kind of took that idea and added a lot of spice to it, like coriander and pepper and, kind of some other spices like that, some more of the warm spices to it. And I think that was a good idea, but it turned out really spicy. Spices tend to overwhelm really easily. And I think there was a good thought to it, but overly spicy is just not what I was going for, and it just doesn't represent the feeling I was trying to go for. But it was something that I thought was worth exploring, and it definitely helped. Sometimes it's good to have an idea and then just take it really far, so that way you can pull it back. But you want to see what it really smells like if you really just go for it. And no holds barred, just smell that idea, and then do it in its biggest form, so that way you can get the idea of what it's all about, and then go from there. Next, so this one is going to be, I added some incense to it, some frankincense farina, and then also some an absolute of frankincense as well. And I did some other things to that as well, and these all have different proportions, but I'm kind of gonna go for like the big theme, what I was trying to change about each one of these. So I added some incense, and I pulled up the vetiver a little bit more, and I think this was really the one that really clued me in. I had some good ideas with the other ones, but this is the one that really locked me in on the direction. The frankincense really adds a lot more texture to the vetiver, Really helps pull that guitar riff idea out a little bit more. And then also it just like helps make a bridge too, because between the violet and the vetiver. So you need something that's gonna bridge the gap a little bit more. And I think that some of those the terpenic notes that are in incense go really well with some of that brightness that was in the violet as well. So I think that is really was kind of a good final piece that goes about it. So I did all four of those, and I came up with the final direction. And I've done a couple versions of it. This is where it's sitting right now, and I think it's on a really good track. I just need to keep working on it and doing more versions. I've done I think 3 different versions of it where it's at right now. I'm going to keep working on it. Right now the notes would be a candied violet, orris, blueberry, frankincense farina, Indian vetiver, Javanese vetiver, and musk. So I think it's turning out, it's really, really going in a good direction. I'm really happy with it. I've been giving some prototypes out for people to smell. I think it's really interesting, and I can't wait to keep working on it. I've got a few more ideas. I think we're in the stage where it's like 95% there. Now we just have to really just hone in and find out how to really make sure all the pieces just blend together perfectly. It's almost like, I was thinking about it like when you're tuning, like say a guitar, and you kind of have the 2 strings and they're almost together. It's like, and you hear when the 2 different sound waves are kind of like fighting each other, and you hear that little vibration, whoop, 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 and then they kind of come together in unison, or almost like if you go to a movie theater, like that Dolby surround, is it Dolby? I don't know, but where it has like all the different things, and it sounds this chord, and they come together in one chord, and it all becomes harmonized all of a sudden. That's how I feel like when you're in that last stage of making a perfume, you just kind of are trying to find a way to get everything harmonized, and it's so close, it's just wavering, and then you lock it in together. And it's almost like a box that like has 2 sides that fit together so perfectly. It's they come together and they just like fit seamlessly. So that's the stage I'm in now, and I'm really excited. I think this is going to be ready for a summer release. So I've got that going on. I'm going to be talking about that more pretty soon. I'm also working on a fougere for Maher Olfactive that I'll talk about soon to you. It's going to be it's going to have a fir balsam aspect to it, as well as some other different things that I think make it really interesting and different, like a linden blossom and hyacinth. Some unique things I think take that fougere idea and really turn it on its head a little bit. Also some new Chatillon Luxe fragrances I'm going to talk about soon. And then finally, Lamplight Penance. We have a few bottles left from the pre-order. I think it's like 18. I can't remember for certain. Those are going to go up on Wednesday afternoon, this coming Wednesday, on the American Perfumer website. So the last ever bottles of the original formula will be ready Wednesday afternoon. So if you want to get that, those are this last chance ever you have to smell it in that form before I reformulate it due to material shortages. So I think that covers about everything. I look forward to talking to you again soon, and thanks for listening.